friends, welcome back. I am Vivekanandan. We know that the term commerce refers to doing business, but the point over here is today's commerce is rapidly evolving in nature. And previously, there were only a few types of commerce models, but today's world, with a lot of online, offline, e commerce, and everything, this particular space is evolving at a very rapid pace. In today's video, let us discuss about 5 different important commerce models. So to start with, I'm going to start with the most known and the common one, which you call it as B2C, business to consumer. So what is a business to consumer model? Assume that we are the consumers over here. We go to a shop, buy a product, and we start to use. This is what you call it as a business to consumer model. For example, if you go and buy a cake from a cake shop, or you go and buy a sports utilities from a sports shop, or you buy a ball of cricket or a football from a sports shop, you are directly purchasing from the business store. From the store, business is being done with the store, and this is what you call it as a business to consumer, B2C model. And the next one is another model which you call it as a B2B model, which you call where the consumer is not directly involved with the store, but the business is done with other businesses. For example, just now I gave you an example of a cake shop. For example, to prepare a cake, well, you need plenty of raw materials, right, from milk or eggs or the flour to prepare the cake. So what that particular shop will be doing is they will be purchasing it in bulk from a few other stores, from a few other businesses. So when the business is done behind where the consumer is directly not involved, that is what you call it as a business to business model. In fact, the store which is purchasing now becomes a consumer for the other shop. The same example applies over here as well. A sports utility shop where they have a wide variety of sports tracks, pants, and a lot of other things, or the balls. If they are going to directly purchase it from another particular company, or if they are going to just purchase raw materials for preparing that sports wares, and if they are going to manufacture also, it is completely okay. You call that as a B2B model, business to business model. So the first two is all about B2C and B2B, business to consumer and business to business. And the next one is another concept which is rapidly evolving in today's scenario, which you call it as a D2C. You call this as a direct to consumer model. So where the brands directly sell it to the consumer instead of selling it through some other shops. We'll take examples of, I just now mentioned the sports now. We'll take examples of brands like Nike, Reebok, Adidas, Puma, and so on. What they do, they directly have their showrooms, and through their showrooms, they directly sell it to the consumer. Sometimes they also sell it through other shops, but the point over here is they have their they have their own showrooms, and they directly interact with the consumers and they sell their products. Many clothing brands also follow the same kind of model, which you call it as a direct to consumer. Or if you take examples of Airtel, Vodafone, they have their exclusive stores where they sell their SIM cards or they offer their services. Of course, they also sell their services, sell their products, the cards from other stores also, but they have direct access to the consumer. Direct interaction happens. This is what you call it as a direct to consumer model. And what is the next one? The next one is something called as C2C. This is also an evolving model in today's scenario. You call it as a consumer to consumer. So how the consumer interacts or does business with the other consumer through a few platforms, online platforms. For example, you want to sell a antique product, a very old product which you have for a better price. So now what you will do, you will just post it in eBay, and auction happens and people purchase it from you through eBay. So now this online platform charges a commission for that, but the business is being directly done with another consumer, a consumer to another consumer. Likewise, it also happens with OLX and various other kind of online platforms. This is what you call it as a consumer to consumer platform. And what is the next one? The last one is a very evolving model. A lot of debate is being done about this particular model, which you call it as O2O. So what is this O2O? You call it as an online to offline, or you also can call it as an offline to online. Nothing wrong in that. So what is this? This is basically about once there was a big debate about whether these online shops will eat into the business of offline stores, whether online will survive or offline will survive. But the debate is almost settled today with the evolving model called as phygital business model. Because what happens in today's scenario, during COVID-19, you can actually see plenty of stores, even the nearby stores at home. For example, the general stores of the fruit shops and the vegetable shops which are selling their products nearby to our house. How did we order? We actually ordered through WhatsApp. They will tell us, no, please do not spend much more time in our shop. Instead, you can just mention all those particulars, whatever you need, send it to WhatsApp, send it to us through WhatsApp. We will keep all those essential items ready. You can directly come in, take it, pay and go. Or sometimes what we will do, we will directly better come and deliver it at your home and collect the money and go. So what happens is these physical stores are pushed to have some online facilities with them. This is what you call it as an online to offline model. And this doesn't stop with here. Like you can take some very big brands like Amazon, what are they doing in the United States? They are purchasing a lot of physical stores. And take the likes of Walmart, they are basically physical stores. They have expertise in setting up in physical stores. But in India, they have Flipkart, they have purchased Flipkart and are getting into online. So online businesses are seeing the potential of offline stores. At the same time, offline stores are very much offline stores. They understand the importance of having some online facilities with them. So this is what you call it as online to offline, and plenty of other examples are also there. For example, even the likes of Swiggy. For example, a restaurant business is basically a physical business. But what happens with Swiggy, Zomato and all, we directly order the products from them. An intermediary is there, but then that is again an online platform. Previously, either we go there directly and consume their product, or we go there physically and purchase, get a parcel and then come back. But now that can be stopped when this online intermediaries are coming and providing their services. So this is what you call it as an online to offline or offline to online, which is a rapidly evolving commerce model. So there are plenty of models in today's world, but I have just discussed about 5 very important models today. So what do you feel? Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.